Alright, one more lap.
Right.
There we go. It'll be restarted.
Sweet. Are we sticking around another hour to watch the start of the top split race or not?
I feel like watching the start of it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Just to watch the carnage, yeah?
Yeah, just to watch the satellite cars get punted off.
Is it on SimSpeed, is it, or?
I think so, yeah. Oh no, Race Spot TV. It'll be just go on the iRacing website. That yellow band down the bottom ticker.
No.
Who's in the car now? Probably
Yeah.
Get Fearless. No, it's not bad either.
Look at 42.8. Dave, you got something to chase? You're in, Terry. Slow it down.
Watch your speed.
Limit up. Sweet.
Engage the limiter.
Did you overshoot?
I don't think so.
No, you're good. I kicked you out. Alright, Dave, you're up. Thanks, buddy. Good job. It's hard, eh?
Yeah, it's fucking turning mistakes. Sorry, boys.
No, you're right. We're still in the lead. Good cushion.
I was pretty consistent in the 43s there for half of that first stint, and then I fucking smacked the wall, and then I just couldn't. I don't know, it just didn't feel good.
Yeah, it's easy to get rattled. I understand.
Yeah, like this guy from Pulse Racing Team. He's fucking rattled, bro.
Yeah. No, you just need more time, dude. More time to get some laps in. It's all good. We've got so much, like, we're not even halfway.
Yeah.
So there's so much more that can happen. Dave might crash into the pit wall on the exit.
Right.
That'll
Let's
make
not
you
say
feel
that. If you could not do that, Dave, that'd be preferable.
Yes, Stefan hasn't driven the car yet.
Yeah.
How much repairs on it?
There's about 30 seconds left.
Yeah, right. Didn't feel too bad coming towards the end of that stint, so I don't know, I just wasn't pushing hard enough to
The tyres are still really
losing a
good
lot
at
through
this
the
thing.
bus stop. So. Which was
There's
the
a car
rear
behind. Take care,
wing
rejoin
bent
him.
too.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, your tyre usage is good. Hey, you missed the wall. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
There's a faster car approaching.
All it would have taken was a second hit the wall and then he clips the yellow fucking anti-clip.
Yeah.
That does more damage than the wall.
The wheel falls off or something.
Oh yeah, the race doesn't start till like 11:30, eh? Because 30-minute
Yeah.
warm up.
Yeah, we gotta wait. Well, the broadcast won't be on until half past either.
True.
Did you set bias to 52.8, Dave, or is that Terry's?
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Cool. Yep. Cool.
Blue flag.
So you reckon you'll be down for a stint in the Nürburgring 24, Terry?
What's that, mate?
You reckon you'll be down for a stint in the Nürburgring 24 in April?
Fuck the Nürburgring.
On your
Oh,
right.
fucking...
Blue flag.
Is that the GP or the
Clear right.
Northlight?
No, Nordschleife.
Oh, fuck that. I fucking hate that track.
In a Group 4 Porsche.
Nah, the Porsche Cup car.
Really? No, I don't think it's in it.
Zeus can do that.
Will tell us. You doing that.
Fuck
Zeus
that.
Flag the flag, mate.
Fucking Bathurst 12 hour in
Nah, I was just fucking joking. My arms will fall off after 2 laps.
It's only because your tyres would have fallen off the lap before coming down the dipper. Do you want to Chaz Most it?
Fuck. Yeah, I reckon the Porsche cars will just cause chaos.
It'll just be our luck that it'll be right in time for them to bring in flat spots and weather, so it'll be wet and you'll be flat
Oh
spotting.
god.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna need to warm up the wet tyres, bruh. Shit.
Imagine. Oh, V8s in that. Oh, fuck.
Doesn't that just sound like a match made in heaven?
The V8's actually a bit easier to drive now. A bit easier than the Porsche, I mean. I'd take the V8.
Strange summit.
I'd say
Yeah.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's,
Porsche a bit of a bucket of shit now, is it?
Oh, it never was great, but the tyre model makes it really tricky.
Yeah.
You know, the new V8s have a fair bit more grip. I mean, Brocky was 8 seconds off the pace at Tsukuba, so, you know, with the new Porsche.
Welcome to the V8s.
World's greatest. No, this is the Porsche Cup with the new tyres. Welcome to iRacing, Gran Turismo Sports, best driver in Australia, whatever you want to call yourself.
Alright. This guy's... He must just be getting back into the groove. Oh no. That's just a standard pace really. Is this a double stint for Dave?
No, single.
Single?
Yep.
And then Stefan double?
Yep. And then we stay back on track for the double. Just if Terry's still going too late, you've been going to a corporate one or something.
Yeah. It's all good.
You see that they've done a 42.8 as well.
Who's done a 42.8?
The last guy in the VR car.
Oh yeah.
Your lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need.
Well, we ain't doing that without a tow.
He must have had a tow.
Yeah, you definitely had the toe.
Yeah.
Hopefully the conditions are still cool when we got on.
I'll probably start getting back to 30ish, 28.
Mm.
Or maybe yours still be a bit cooler.
Yeah, mine will be. I
Mine
might have a crack at a 42.
will be fucking hot.
Depending how bent the car is.
Won't know till we wake up.
Depending how much of my car's on the pit wall. Fucking Tokyo flying.
Right side. Still there. Clear right.
This will be fun.
Okay, Joseph, there's a faster car approaching.
Ooh, Dave.
Play right.
You're right.
Ferrari.
What was that?
Marble.
You'll need to slow down to give back the time gained.
Oh, you gotta slow down too. Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't have to brake for it there.
No. No, I worked out. If you,
Typically
do,
avoiding a
if you go
Ferrari.
through, if you go through there too, and you get it, just right up high, off throttle until it says 0.7, and then flat, and you'll run it out, and it will trickle out the last 1/10. So you don't lose that much at all.
Boy, this car's had some adventures.
It's probably the least amount of adventures of any car in the field, to be honest.
and it's still in the lead. I'm pretty sure VR Motorsport hasn't crashed yet,
Yeah, the car looks pretty clean.
and they're still like, we're still leading. What the fuck?
Shush, there's still 13 hours of this to go.
There's still 446 laps to finish. So,
Oh, don't say it like that.
yeah,
It seems way worse.
446 opportunities to fuck it up.
Alternatively, 446 opportunities to get this right, so, hey.
Yeah.
Ah, 446
Touche.
times 11 turns. You gotta do that.
Well, yeah.
That's how many off tracks you can get until the end of the race.
There's 13 more stints too, so that's 12 more opportunities to put into the pit wall.
Fuck, I hope that's not me.
Just ignore everything we just said, Dave. Just do it.
Yeah, that's fine, Dad. Might kill us all in the bus stop.
I mean,
You've got
if you
that
could
out
not.
So, almost halfway. Almost.
That's the spirit.
If you're counting hours as almost.
Yeah. Wait, what the? You've still got an hour to go.
Fuck, this is brutal, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be stupid like you boys. I'm going to go to sleep.
No worries, man.
Alright, see you, bro.
Check it in the morning.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
Alright.
Catch
So,
ya.
yeah.
Yeah, probably go to sleep after a few laps of the at the start.
Yeah. Me too. I'm pretty tired.
At least when you get back, there'll only be about 3-4 hours left.
Yeah.
No, I won't be sleeping that long.
All that matters is that these two wake up with the car still intact. Dave, that's all that matters.
Don't talk to him while he's in the bus stop. It's only when he makes mistakes.
Oh, she is. I was just thinking around cars.
The car feels okay. It's a little bit more loose on the rear end under braking, but it's not too bad.
Yep.
So pit repair time, did that reduce by like 10 seconds this pit stop, or is it
Yeah, it's
5?
coming down about 8 or 9 seconds each stop.
So it'll be fully repaired after 4 more stops.
That's if it doesn't get crashed in the process.
Just gotta look at the positives. Too bad it doesn't fix itself because it's not the bonnet.
Yeah. I'd love some like endurance style pit animations where some guy comes running out with a hammer just hitting bits of the car back into place. I'm sure of that. It'd be so good.
You need to do some videos like Formula E have. Their marketing's pretty cool. It's far more exciting than their racing. I only follow them on Facebook for their little updates that they do. They throw like Mario Kart and shit into it.
It's like them mocking their own series, but not realising it.
Yeah.
Bless them. Oh my god, KFC have just launched an all-you-can-eat buffet. Where and how? It's in Japan. What? Why?
Oh yeah, I read about that one.
Since when has Japan ever gone, oh, do you know what we really need? All you can eat chicken.
Current pace is about a tenth of a second away from P2.
Yeah. They're definitely upped it this stint.
Throw that out of the window for that last lap if that's your pace.
There's a faster class car behind.
That's like 3/10 quicker than he's doing. So if you want to keep that up, that's great.
Blue flag.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Is that 43.1 you just did?
Yeah.
Well then. That's lovely.
In the zone.
Did have a bit of a toe, but still.
Oh, if it helps, it helps.
I think a full toe is only about 2-3 tenths, depending on the car.
Yes, I didn't have a toe this lap, and I'm 2 tenths off.
Yeah. So it's still a monster. Still a quick lap.
You're matching race pace. Well done, Joseph.
Clear left.
Pretty sure you'll drop P2.
There's a faster car approaching.
He's only doing high 43s. Yeah.
Blue flag. There's a group of faster cars behind. Blue flag. Blue flag.
On your right. Clear right.
Blue flag. Your lap time was a 1:43.50. Blue flag. Blue flag. Blue flag. Your lap time was 1:43.84. That lap was a 1:43.81. Okay, Joseph, there's a faster car bearing down on you. He's the class leader.
We're so evenly matched for P2.
P2 and P3 are right next to each other now. So they might fight for a position, hopefully. Take each other out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have an accident.
Average just a little bit quicker.
Blue flag.
That's strange, though. How did he catch up when he goes so slow? Or is he a lap down
Probably a lap down.
from them as well?
He is indeed a lap down.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He can still straight line the bus stop. There's opportunity.
I was gonna say.
Okay, Joseph, that's good consistency. Keep it up. Blue flag.
Just do 12 hours and 40 minutes of aggressive DPs to navigate.
The car behind's a faster class. Heads up, there's a car exit in the pits. There's a group of faster cars behind you. They're racing for position. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Blue flag.
Half a stint, Stefan.
Okay.
lap was a 1:43.52. Incident in turn 1. We think it might be Skurlock. Incident in turn 2. It looks like it's Skurlock. Blue flag. Alright, Joseph, there's a faster class car approaching. Blue flag. Sector 2 is 0.30 off the pace. Blue flag. Faster cars approaching. Blue flag. Blue flag. Blue flag.
I don't know why you're flashing me. I'm literally giving you the line.
On your left. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
Blue flag.
Never mind, they've got a Brazilian flag on the car, that's why.
Blue flag.
It's AJ, it's fine.
Left side. Clear left.
This guy needs to get a move on.
What I love is that they flashed you for this. Fucking hell, you went high.
He's got a 1k iRating in that Porsche.
Oh boy.
Oh my fucking god.
The car behind's a faster class. Blue flag.
These GTEs are awful.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 144.75. That was 143.
Right side. Hold your line, clear right.
You're a tenth off the pace in sector 1.
Ten laps to go.
That last lap was a 143.91. There's faster cars behind. This group includes their class leader.
Car right. Clear right. Right side. Hold your line, clear right.
That lap time was 1:43.72. Okay, Joseph, there's a faster class car approaching.
That's just freaking awesome.
Definite sarcasm in that.
Blue flag.
What's that?
This guy just came over on edge of his chat going, that was freaking awesome. As to say, he's just been yeeted somewhere on this circuit.
There's a faster class car approaching.
Those dickheads off. I don't like listening to them.
Uh,
I never have voice chat on in game.
Blue flag.
Car right, clear right.
Looks like the leader's binned it in turn 1. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Good consistency, keep them coming. Looks like the leader has gone off in turn 2. Yellow flag, caution.
Five laps.
P2's in the pits.
All right, Joseph. There's a faster car approaching.
This whole stint we've been matching them, we've not pulled anything.
No, that's okay.
Really, really evenly matched. It's quite nice.
Yep. Yeah.
There's an incident
These are
in.
comfortable,
We'll
though.
stop.
You okay?
Yeah.
You're a bit wimpish there as you into the
There's an
bus stop.
incident in. Turn 12.
Alright, they're keeping their driver in by the looks of it.
Yeah, makes sense. He's doing well.
Mhm.
4 laps.
Looks like P4 has gone off in turn 1.
Just hope he doesn't change tires.
Looks like P4 has binned it in turn 2.
Could you imagine?
You get a lot of traffic coming up.
Fantastic news.
Minute 9, they did everything.
You sound so infused by this.
Blue flag.
It's just chaos. There's no gaps all the way to the banking. You've got 20 cars in front of you.
Love how after nearly 12 hours, everyone's still tightly coupled at the moment.
Mm.
Great.
Well, if my track map's to be believed, there's a big gap on the other side of the track with nobody on it.
Yeah, I went to pit lane view accidentally. There's absolutely 0 cars. Oh no, I've not disconnected, have I?
You there?
Right side.
Yeah.
Still there. Clear right.
You haven't disconnected?
No, we're all good.
Okay, cool.
Everything disappeared briefly for a second.
Car left. Still there. Clear left. On your left.
Oh, do you want to
Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
Yeah. You clear. Clear in front of him.
This is footage of GT.
Left side. Clear left.
Love it.
There's a faster car approaching.
That'd be only 6 seconds up the road. The other one that's flashing me.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are just too bad for GT.
And that line through bus stop is getting very black.
Two laps.
You've just done a 144.78. Okay, Joseph, there's a faster car approaching. There's a group of faster cars bearing down on you.
Is the pit stop good?
Pit stop's good.
One more, Stefan, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
That lap time was 1:43.81. There's faster cars behind, along with the class leader.
Definitely lift through the kinks, Stefan. It's really slippy at the minute.
Alright. How's the chicane?
It's okay. Feels okay. Just be very careful on entry. If
Oh,
it's
I
slightly
always
offline on entry, it's very slippy.
Just stay off the black stuff, you'll be fine.
Watch your speed. Activate limiter.
Just escape yourself out there.
27 seconds of optionals. Pit stop will be about 108, 110.
You get the honour of driving lap under 400.
Notice that.
God's sake, this happened last time. I didn't get to do 300 either.
Oh, did you?
I gave it to Terry at 299.
I wish optional repairs was just a bit quicker.
I'm sure if they had the animation of the man with the hammer, it would be.
Just Speedy Gonzalez hammering every bit of the car really quickly.
Yeah. What's your limiter? Make sure it's on.
Take care, there's a car approaching.
Alright.
Faster car behind.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, dude.
Traffic on exit, Stefan.
Blue flag.
Stream starting soon. 1 minute 30.
Mhm.
Blue flag.
Pushed out, give him room. Just be careful following anybody through the bus stop. You'll lose a lot,
Okay, Joseph, there's a faster class car
Rush.
approaching.
Especially DPs.
Blue flag. Blue flag. There's a group of faster cars behind.
Oh, wow.
On your right.
Blue flag.
Hold your line. Clear right.
You can see all the cars taking
Start of every racing year always seems to have the same.
this
Blue flag.
straight under the yellow line.
Oh, there are.
Left side. Clear left.
Yeah, with the
Oh.
I saw like 5 cars.
Lucky that Bruno guy from last night that's not in the stream. You're like typing to them all as he goes down the straight. I'm gonna protest you. Bro, just drive. Shut up. Oh, slippery shit.
It's really slippery. Fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah, just keep it tight.
Yeah.
Sector 1 is 1.2, off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.1 seconds, off the pace. Sector 3 is...
Watch out, watch
Car
out.
left. Clear left.
Clear.
Poo has gone everywhere.
There's a faster class car behind.
You can't really talk about the start of a new racing year without mentioning Daytona.
Absolutely, such a prestigious racing venue, to say the very least, the world center of racing for a reason. And today, it's going to be an absolute thriller to begin the endurance racing season. Tons of talented teams, tons of talented drivers, all set to begin their 2020 campaigns today.
And we've got ourselves a stacked field here today in prototypes. We've got ourselves 2 entrants from Coanda Sim Sports, who of course have spent the last few years being either at the top or at the very top of the iRacing mountain. In fact, make that 3 Coanda Sim Sports drivers. I noticed the number 88 car in practice just moving up into P5.
Perfect.
Team Redline, well, a week ago they were dominant in the BMW 120. They've got a team who's going to be running in the number 71 car in GTE in that BMW, but they've also got an entry running in Daytona prototypes. We've got teams
Left side.
who've known and loved iRacing for so many years.
Still there.
Team Richmond Online. We've
Clear
got
left.
Racing Team. Radicals Online are here. Wave Italy are here.
That lap was at
All in
146.03.
We go down into GTE. We got ourselves a Williams Esports car. We've got ourselves Red Bull Racing Esports, Triton Racing, Prologue React, Evolution Racing Team, our great friends over at SimRC, and so many more. In fact, we've also got the John Alesi Esports Academy team this time around as well. And then in GT3, Burst Esports currently leading the way in terms of practice. You've got Movano Sim Racing, more Team Redline, Core Sim Racing. They've been so great in GT3 over the years. Evolution Sim Sport, Altus Esports, and so many more. 55 drivers here today, Lonzo. 55 teams even. Far more than 55 drivers, and they're all seconds away now from heading down to the starting grid.
Absolutely, and it's basically the cream of the crop of iRacing, right? It basically got just the top drivers here in the whole world,
It's got to the stage of the race
in
now where I
all
really can't
different
really tell
cars,
what's in the
and
rear
this
view
is
mirror.
going to be a
It's just the
very
headlights.
tightly contested race. We know these drivers are highly capable to do wonderful things in the track. They're going to be highly competitive. Who wants to be the top team coming out after the 24 hours?
It's the
Well,
same
we still
BMW
don't
I had
know,
issues
but
with.
it's going to be an exciting race.
Fabulous
and,
news.
Well,
From the
24 hours
highlight link through on
Daytona
the
always
website.
proves to be an exciting challenge, not just through the day but also in the nighttime, where it's more challenging than ever.
DP somewhere too.
So let's then run yourself through your starting grid for this, the 2020 24 hours of Daytona, and we start off in terms of prototypes. And you've got yourself, well, we will get the grid up in just one moment's time. So I've got the opportunity to fill for about 20 seconds while we do so. But in prototypes, you say we've got ourselves, we've got qualifying first here to come even. So
We are halfway.
No starting grid.
Yay.
It's been a long day already, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is indeed underway, and qualifying is got the drivers have got themselves a couple of laps to go, of course, as ever, as fast as they can. Let's actually take the opportunity to go on board with a couple of teams on this run. Let's start off with the number 6 car. Currently being piloted by Einchen Kuven, who of course, Justin, we know him from racing in the Porsche Super Cup. Today he's changing his Porsche over to a Chevrolet Daytona prototype. It's a second Daytona prototype that's been a part of the iRacing service. And I mean, I used to love the Riley Daytona prototype, but the Chevrolet is a bit of step up in terms
All
of
of the
power,
traffic.
but also
That's really nice to get in a rhythm back.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you can take a look on the board of this.
You won't get an
how much
opportunity
speed these
to,
cars
so.
are going to be carrying throughout the day today as well. Especially in the speedway portion of the track, the draft effect is also going to come into play. Don't forget about that as well. The thing is, though, the more speed you carry, the more difficult
the DP
say,
that's
section
behind
of
you
stop will be for some
is
of the
running
cars,
so much
especially
wing
for the prototypes,
that
when they reach the track
you're faster than
today,
down the
so
straights.
it could be very tight. Follow along board
And he's got an iRacing of 0.9.
up to 107
Oh, kill me.
NASCAR 4.
yeah, off NASCAR turn 4 down towards the start finish line. It's that one time of the year
This is
where
everything I've ever wanted.
corner numbers as NASCAR 2
0.9 KI rating. GP was so much
miles an hour as he comes into turn 1. Turn 1 isn't actually the hard bit. It's actually slowing the car down for turn number 2, especially in these Daytona prototypes, because it's turn 2 when the back end of the car is still unsettled when coming off the banking. You really got to get that car turned around without being too tail happy. Kuven through the International Horseshoe. He's been turn 5 always flat out in these Daytona prototypes, but can be difficult in terms of traffic. And then now through the second of the horseshoes, turn 6, right about here, Lorenzo. It's one of these corners that actually a lot of people
Are we going to show anything in this race, or are we just running on board keep red line?
All of a sudden, with
It's just
acceleration,
quality.
you're up onto the 31 degrees ranking.
Yeah, and if you guys ever raced,
The commentator
this
didn't even know there was
track,
quality.
and not just, I'm not going to say in real life, but
That's
here
a
in
good
the
sign.
iRacing service.
I saw them put
Very
up the starting.
important aspect that
Yeah,
corner.
then he was like,
If you
oh, I've
go
got 20
just
seconds.
in
Oh,
a little
never
bit
mind,
more
they still got to do
deeply
quality.
than on the inside line, the car just
Are you
gets
serious,
a
bro?
little bit bumpy, gets offset,
You're
so you need to
commentating
be
this
very
shit?
careful in terms of acceleration, and you really don't want to
24
lose a lot
hours,
of
good
time
start.
when you try to go into maybe a 5 or
He's
6
already
or
lost the
even
will to live.
more, depending on
quality.
circumstances, you know, draft field, and you that small time you really want to try to go for an overtake, you cannot lose over here, so you have to be very careful. Now, as you guys can see with Alex Arana from the Williams GM Sports, that's another very tight section. If you really don't get the corner right, especially on the horseshoe and coming out into the oval section, it's going to be very complicated for some of those drivers.
Yeah, indeed. So as we run on board right now with Alex Arana in the number 1 Williams Gym Esports car. We're going to talk a little bit about this team in a moment, because they've had a tough week or so. We'll talk more about them in a moment. It's qualifying time coming through on your screen. Very West Car and SimSports, they are leading the way in terms of qualifying right now. Daytona prototypes, of course, the fastest cars around here. Then you've got yourself your GTE cars, and then your GT3 machines, as we are keeping an eye out, as we say, on the Williams Gym Esports Solari car as we go on board of them right now. Alex Arana behind the wheel of that one. As one of the things we did want to talk about, we're going to talk about it briefly here. I say, unfortunately, the car name's got Solari in the name because Martin Solari unfortunately lost his life a week ago to a long battle with cancer. So you'll see on the side of these Williams Gym Esports cars over the weekend, logo on the side, you can just see it there as he works himself through the banking of Daytona. And just a nice little touch there by Williams Gym Esports to remember their former team member.
Absolutely, especially with this tough situation and this tough time. But one of the main things at this point you want, I think someone such as him would want them to keep doing is keep racing and fight for victories. And that's one of the main focuses I think they've have to have today. A little bit of an up and down qualifying run here, that time just clipping the banking to scrub a bit of speed, but they're looking to try and get as best of a run as they can today in their field.
Yeah,
off in the pits they go.
Yeah, indeed. So they're currently 9th place in terms of their qualifying. Let's go and have a look in GT3 quickly, and there is Lasse back in the number 55 RS competition car. They're running Mercedes today. We saw them, of course, last week. They were running in the BMW 120 event.
Or in the race.
Track
in the AMG.
Well, this time of the year, Lorenzo, you often have teams that will go from running various different car combinations from GT3 to GTE to Daytona prototypes and all back again. Because really, January on iRacing is all about running this track.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. When I was talking to my friends a few other days, I think Daytona is basically the first track where you get this plenitude of cars. If you go to IMSA Challenge, if you go to the IMSA races, in the official races, you don't see a lot of Daytona prototypes. You see more like GTEs and GT3 cars. So to the field to be more spread out and still have this high quality of drivers provides a really good challenge, on how do you, especially for the guys in the Daytona prototypes, on where to overtake, where should I gain time, where should I lose time.
Both satellite entries in second split.
Really good challenge, and I think this is where we brings out the best of competition in terms of overall lines. If we can see more in these contracts.
7.5 KI rating.
Having a look at Kevin Ellis Jr. in the Apex Racing team.
That's crazy.
As we've got a feeling he is going to just finish off this lap, and he won't have time to do another one. So Apex Racing P number 7 in qualifying for them here today, but it is the Koala Sim Sports show in terms of your Daytona. Qualifying. 1, 2, 3, and look at the gap between
Sorry, picking 3-4 different lines going as its own and then just braking randomly.
Almost 8/10 of a
really
second.
fucking helpful.
And that is
That's the way.
The number 6 team Redline car, which had Anchan Kuven behind the wheel of it, set those qualifying laps. Qualifying is now over, and 8 minutes later, is the first time I'm saying it. Let's give ourselves a run through, shall we? Your starting grid for this, the 2020 24 hours of Daytona.
It's just going to be a 3-wide roadblock.
We are going to start ourselves off with your Daytona prototypes.
Pretty impressive, really, in that field.
And you can see Joshua Rogers then. Pole position 135.456 around this racetrack. Pash Gergis in the second Koala Sim Sports car outside of row number 1. Jorn Jens in the third Koala Sim Sports car inside of row 2. The first non-Koala driver, that is Team Redline, the number 6 car, and Anchan Guven. They'll be setting off from the outside of that second row. And then row 3, the second Team Redline Daytona prototype and Super Sport
I had that
Racing.
as well.
Row 4 have Apex Racing Team and SimCity
Bit by bit,
Esports. Row number 5.
I didn't know if it was happening at the stops or it was happening on track somehow, like it was like the wind was pushing it back down.
Racing as a remainder of
now that would be next level physics, wouldn't it?
On your screen, we say 18 Daytona prototypes.
My donut made out of paper mache.
Over to GTE, and it's a Williams Esports Shield Blast car Ryan Heinrich, 140.007 for him. He'll be looking to make like it's
Of course,
fine
fucking
and
Josh
disappear
Rogers.
off at the start of the race. Max Benecke, Team
guy's
Redline
ridiculous.
GT, of course, pure racing team, majority of their organisation merging with Team Redline at the start of the year. They set off on the outside of row number 1 in GTE with Red Bull Racing Esports in third
Like,
place,
honestly,
and
how is the
MSI
best in
Esports
the world
in
come from
P
Australia?
number 4.
Doesn't make any sense.
Fifth place in class, we Logitech GL to Esports, then Williams Razor 6th, Evolution Racing Team 7th, AAA Esports in 8th, Prologue React Esports in 9th, and AAA Esports, their second car, rounding out your top 10. And then over to GT3, and at the front of your field, you will have Pure Racing Team.
Damn.
As Nicholas Lorbeck then setting pole position in class with a 142.041. Very close. Only 101 thousandths of a second separating your top 4. Medieval Sim Racing Pink, second place in class. Team Redline, their GT3 entry in third place, with DRS Wave Italy in 4th. RS Competition in 5th. Movano Sim Racing 6th. Prologue React Esports in 7th place. Core Sim Racing in 8th. 9th place to Evolution Racing Team, and Burst Esports round out your top 10.
Okay.
We've got 19 entries in GT. A quick look then
not bad
at
then, bro.
the weather
Got it in the
as
42.
the drivers start
Go
to move away behind the iRacing first safety car. Track temperatures dropped a little bit. It's down to 79
Definitely could
degrees
have done
Fahrenheit
better.
and 26 degrees in the air. And
There you
there
go, Prologue
you're going to
7th.
see on your screen very shortly 24 hours displayed on its clock. So welcome to 2020.
Holy shit.
Welcome to the first esports 24-hour broadcast of the
Oh,
new
you would have
decade.
qualified last
The
in
pace picks up for Coanda. Green flag in the air.
That's
We are
crazy.
racing in the 2020 24 hours of Daytona as the cars will storm down into turn number 1. 1, 2, 3 for Coanda through the first couple of corners. As there is GT action getting underway. Team Redline have got themselves third place right now. They seem to have lost a place in class at the start of this one to MSI Esports, as now we'll see your GT3 cars just heading themselves out of turn 2 and down towards the International Horseshoe, and Venezuela Sim Racing Pink have the lead in class there. But we've got ourselves underway. Josh Rogers has got himself the early advantage of about 0.7 of a second, but the thing is, Justin, this first hour, at the very least, it's all about two things: drafting and fuel saving.
Absolutely, exactly. That's one of the main disadvantages with being up in the lead in this class, where you burn a bit extra fuel, especially on the speedway portion of the track. And with the draft effect, with these prototypes especially, you'll see a lot of swapping back and forth heading into NASCAR and heading into turn number 1, rather, in towards the infield. For the rest of the classes, it's a similar type of situation. Not as big of a draft effect, but you still need to make sure you conserve the fuel and get yourself to at least the 1 hour mark in terms of strategy. Think of the big picture. You can fight for positions, yes, but you want to set yourself and establish the pace and establish a strategy for the later part of the race.
Yeah, you can see the gap, by the way, between the last of your prototypes and the first in your GTEs. It's about 5 seconds at the start of this one. They didn't really want to leave too much of a gap because they know that lap traffic will become a big factor in this race very early on. As we see through the high banks of Daytona, all of your cars circulate through. So, end of lap number 1. Worth noting, Einchen Guven has just got himself, Lorenzo, past Jorn Jens, so Team Redline up into third place overall.
Yeah,
Dave.
with a very good maneuver.
Stefan's in before me.
Horseshoe, kind of like pinching Morgan.
Can you call me
just, going away,
on Messenger?
Turn number 4.
Just to wake me up if I'm not already awake. When
Stefan
gets in for his last stint. Sure, just give me a call if you need anything else.
Himself to go
Get me up.
Charlie Gurgis.
Yeah, we'll do.
One
Don't
thing
worry.
to mention
Alright, guys.
about the Team Red Line car.
catch you
Max
guys in the
Verstappen
morning.
was just,
In a bit.
lagging right
See ya.
behind Guven, but he had a mess, kind of a little bit of a one-off incident. The car just got a little bit loose in turn one, had to give away the position to Kevin Ellis.
Yeah, as there is Kevin Ellis Jr. We're looking for three of him, and he's got Max Verstappen in the Team Red Line at number 33 car just behind him on track. So let's turn our attention up a little bit. Let's see whether Jorniens is going to try. He's already on the outside of Guven as they head themselves down towards the start-finish line. Again, we'll say this repeatedly in this race. You can overtake on the outside through turn 1 and 2, but it takes a brave person to do so. You're more likely to see that late on into the race rather than at the start, as we turned away from it. But actually, Apex Racing Team have got themselves alongside. They're on the outside of Jorniens. They head through the International Horseshoe, and it looks as though on the exit of the corner, it's going to be the inside line for Apex Racing Team. They're going to sweep down through turn 4/5, and look at Verstappen on the outside as they come through the second of the horseshoes. A little bit of tyre puff there coming up for Max Verstappen, but he's got the inside line in towards turn number 6. Well, the start of this race has been anything but dull, as we've seen plenty of moving inside your top 5 as we go on board with Max Verstappen just in.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers trying to get themselves into the lead pack and or get themselves good track position for the start of this race, and this is to be expected. We see this type of aggression a lot in these types of races in the first hour, and especially in the last 10 minutes, in the first 10 minutes of each stint. Verstappen, though, he is the bravest amongst the top 5, in my opinion, in the bus stop. Carried a lot more speed compared to the rest of the field and gained 2-3 car lengths as you look as the rest of the drivers work their way towards that section.
Yeah, as we're on board now with